um, there is a number forming somewhere that has your name attached to it. I felt that the moment I sat down to read for you today, before I even fully settled into the energy, a specific weighted sensation in my chest, the kind that tells me this is not a vague, feel good prediction about general abundance someday in the future. This is something concrete, something already in motion. And alongside it, something I need to deliver to you with equal weight and equal honesty. Money is coming, but how you handle what arrives matters more than the arrival itself. Stay with me through this whole reading, Virgo, because I do not want you to receive only the exciting half of this message. The warning is just as important as the windfall, and I would be doing you a disservice if I rushed past it to get to the part that feels better to hear. Let me describe what came through first, because the order in which this energy presented itself tells me something significant. The very first image I received was an open hand, palm up, receiving. Not grasping, not reaching desperately, simply open and ready. This tells me that the financial shift coming toward you is not something you need to chase or force. It is already moving in your direction, and your role right now is largely about readiness rather than effort. I also felt a sense of surprise attached to this energy, the specific quality of something arriving from a direction you were not necessarily watching closely. This is not money that comes through the most obvious channel you have been focused on. There is an element of unexpectedness woven into this windfall that I want you to hold on to as we go deeper. I want to talk about the source of this money because Spirit is being fairly specific, and I think the details will help you recognize it when it actually happens. I am seeing multiple possibilities converging here, so I want to walk through each so you can identify which resonates most with your current circumstances. For some of you, this is connected to work you have already completed, something you put effort into previously that is now reaching a point of payout or recognition you were not expecting on this particular timeline. Perhaps a project, a freelance commitment, an investment of your time that seemed to stall or go quiet and is now quietly resuming movement behind the scenes. For others, I am sensing this comes through a more direct channel, something related to a settlement, a return, a refund, or money that was owed to you and is finally being released after delay. There is a quality of correction here, something being made right that should have arrived sooner but is now catching up to where it needed to be all along. And for a portion of you watching this, I am seeing this connected to a person, someone offering you money directly, whether through a gift, an inheritance, a loan repayment, or financial support tied to a relationship in your life. This windfall has a human face attached to it for some of you, not just an abstract financial event. Let me speak to the emotional texture of how this is going to feel when it arrives, because I think this matters as much as the practical details. I am sensing relief above all else. Not euphoria exactly, though there will be moments of genuine joy, but relief is the dominant feeling, the specific sensation of something tight in your chest finally loosening. If you have been carrying financial stress, even quietly, even while maintaining a composed exterior to the world around you, this windfall is going to address that pressure directly. You are going to feel your shoulders drop in a way they have not dropped in a while. Now, I want to move into the warning portion of this reading because Spirit has been very clear that this message is incomplete without it. The first warning involves urgency and impulse. When money arrives unexpectedly, there is a natural pull to act quickly, to make decisions in the excitement of the moment rather than with the careful, deliberate thinking that you, as a Virgo, are typically known for. I am seeing a specific risk here of you abandoning your usual discernment simply because the money feels like it appeared out of nowhere, as though it does not need the same level of careful handling as money you worked steadily toward over time. I want to be direct with you here. This windfall deserves the same careful, considered treatment you would give any significant financial decision. Do not let the surprise of its arrival convince you to skip the thoughtful planning you would normally apply. The second warning involves other people, and I want to walk through this carefully because it is layered. Once money like this becomes known, even if you try to keep it private, there is often a way that word travels. Family members, friends, even casual acquaintances sometimes develop a sense, almost intuitively, when someone's financial circumstances have shifted. I am seeing requests coming your way, some genuine, rooted in real need from people who love you, others less genuine, opportunistic, people who see your windfall as an opportunity for themselves rather than recognizing it as something you earned or are owed. This is where your discernment needs to be sharpest, not closed off entirely, because generosity is part of who you are, and I do not want you to abandon that instinct. But discerning, asking yourself honestly whether each request comes from genuine need and genuine relationship, or whether it comes from someone who has noticed an opportunity and is positioning themselves to benefit from it. Does this feel like it is touching something you have already sensed coming, Virgo? Has there been a quiet feeling lately that financial movement is approaching even before this reading confirmed it? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear what specifically feels true for you here. I want to address a third layer of warning here because Spirit is showing me something specific about timing and patience. There may be a temptation once this money arrives to immediately solve every financial concern at once. Pay off this, invest in that, fix the other thing, all within a short window of time. I am seeing a caution here against moving too quickly across too many fronts simultaneously. Even good decisions made too rapidly and without breathing room between them can create a kind of financial chaos that undermines the stability this windfall is meant to provide. I want you to give yourself permission to sit with this money for a period of time before making major decisions about all of it. Address the most urgent need first, if there is one, certainly, but resist the pressure, whether it comes from yourself or from others, to immediately allocate every dollar the moment it lands in your hands. Inhale with me for a moment, Virgo. I want to speak to something underneath all of this, which is your relationship with money itself, because I think this windfall is going to surface some deeper patterns worth examining. For many Virgos, there is a complicated relationship with receiving. Generally, you are accustomed to being the one who gives, who plans carefully, who manages resources responsibly for yourself and often for others around you as well. Receiving something significant and somewhat unearned through direct effort can create an unfamiliar feeling, almost a discomfort, even amid the joy of it. I want you to notice if that discomfort shows up, and rather than rushing to give the money away or spend it quickly to relieve that unfamiliar feeling, simply let yourself sit with the discomfort long enough to understand it before acting on it. I want to speak to a fourth and final warning because Spirit is being specific about this, and I think it is the most important one of all. There is someone in your circle right now whose intentions are not entirely transparent regarding your finances. I am not saying this to frighten you, but I would not be doing my job honestly if I left it out. This person may already be aware on some level that your financial situation is about to shift, or they may become aware quickly once it does. Their approach to you may not feel overtly suspicious. It may come wrapped in friendliness, in concern, in seemingly reasonable suggestions about what you should do with this money. Trust your gut here, Virgo. If something about a financial suggestion or request feels slightly off, even if you cannot articulate exactly why, give yourself permission to decline or to delay your decision until you have had more time to think it through clearly, away from whatever pressure is being applied in the moment. I want to balance this warning with something reassuring because I do not want you walking away from this reading feeling anxious rather than empowered. You already possess the discernment needed to navigate this well. Your natural caution, your tendency to think things through carefully before acting, your instinct toward responsible planning rather than impulsive spending, all of these qualities that sometimes feel like they hold you back in other areas of life are going to serve you exceptionally well here. This windfall is arriving to someone equipped to handle it wisely. That is part of why it is coming to you specifically, rather than someone less prepared to manage it well. Let me speak to what this money is ultimately going to make possible for you, because I want to end on the part of this reading that feels expansive rather than cautionary. I am seeing breathing room, genuine, sustained breathing room in an area of your life that has felt tight for some time. This is not necessarily life changing in the dramatic sense of completely altering your circumstances overnight, though for some of you it absolutely could be. But even if the amount is more modest than you might be imagining right now, the relief it brings is significant. It addresses something that has been weighing on you. And once that weight lifts, you are going to find clarity and energy available to you in other areas of your life that have been quietly drained by financial stress. I also want to speak to the possibility that this windfall opens a door towards something new. Not just relief from old pressure, but genuine opportunity moving forward. Some of you are going to use this money as a foundation for something you have been wanting to start. A small business, further education, a move, an investment in your own growth and future. I want you to stay open to that possibility rather than viewing this strictly as money meant only to fix existing problems. As I bring this reading toward its close, I want to leave you with a balanced, complete picture of everything that came through today. Money is coming, Virgo, and it carries real relief with it, but it also carries responsibility, the need for careful discernment around who you trust with knowledge of this shift, and patience around how quickly you act on decisions related to it. Hold both halves of this message together. Do not let the excitement of receiving cause you to abandon the wisdom you already carry, and do not let caution rob you of genuinely enjoying and benefiting from what is coming your way. You are equipped for this. Spirit would not be showing me this windfall if you were not ready to receive and manage it well. If this reading resonated with you today, please share it with a Virgo who needs both the encouragement and the caution contained in this message. And let me know in the comments if you already have a sense of where this money might be coming from. I read every comment, and I carry your stories with genuine care long after this video ends. Until next time, Virgo, open your hands. Stay clear-headed. What is coming is real, and you are ready for it.